let's get into reviewing the EGOFIT Walkpad that I have. Just want to give you a few thoughts on it if you've been interested, since it is a product that I've been, trying out and that my wife's been using for a couple weeks now. Alright, so I'm going to start with the Walkpad on very slow and just go over some of the quick details of the overall length of the walking surface. It's about 105 centimeters or just over 41 inches, which is a pretty good size. Again, I'm a pretty big person. I have relatively long legs, I guess above average. So, for me, I'm able to go pretty far back, pretty far forward, and not have any issues where I feel like I'm going to walk off of the surface of the pad itself. I'll put some of the key dimensions on your screen now, but I think one of the important ones is it's about 5.5 inches tall from floor to the top of the surface. So if you wanted to put it underneath a couch or anything like that, that's how much clearance you would need. It's 14.5 centimeters tall for anyone who's using metric systems. Now, interestingly, for this product, it says that it can go up to a max weight for people of 143 pounds, and I'll put that on your screen in kilograms now. But I actually had an issue where I'm 240 pounds, and when I'm right at that limit, there's times where I go to take steps and it catches and essentially stops the belt a little bit, causing you to kind of trip or stutter step. And so my recommendation is, if it's something that you're considering, I would conservatively drop down to maybe a weight limit of only 210 pounds. And again, I'll put the kilograms on your screen. I would be careful going above that weight limit, just because, again, for me, it seems to stutter step, and I don't know, what the limit of that is. If you're, step a little bit harder than I do or anything like that, you could have an issue where it actually doesn't work for your weight. But aside from that weight problem, this thing's still been running, and one of the really nice features of it is that it's very quiet. I can turn it up. This is the remote that you get with the Walkpad. There's actually a power switch on the front to actually turn it on and off, and then from there, there's either an app or this little remote to add speed or pause or play or start or stop the belt, essentially. And just for for you to all hear, I'll turn it up a little bit, 3 kilometers per hour. And at that particular speed, if I take the microphone and don't change the volume at all, just so you get a sense, between my voice and here's the belt, it's really very quiet, which is nice. I have dogs that are particularly prone to barking, and overall, they were a little bit concerned or confused by what this was in the beginning, but then ultimately, it doesn't bother them. They don't bark at it. We can use it while watching TV or something, and they're ultimately okay with us using it. So most of the noise, again, when I turn it up this far, would be really from my own footsteps and not so much from the motor itself, which is nice. One other little annoying downside is that the cord for the power cord is a little bit short. It's currently starting up in the front of the pad, and the outlet is right behind me on my wall here, and that's the max length of the cord. So, if you need to turn it where the back is towards a wall, you're going to be very limited by how far you can go from the wall. You have more flexibility, obviously, if the outlet was in the front, but nonetheless, it's still a little bit short, and you probably need an extension cord if you're going to put it somewhere in the middle of your room. But again, it's very portable, so you can kind of move it wherever you need to and then put it away and pack it away pretty easily. Here's just a shot of me, picking it up and moving it down the hallway. I'm able to maneuver it once I get into a tight room pretty well on my own. So, again, under 50 pounds, not too bad for most people to be able to move it around, and definitely more reasonable to move it around, versus a full-size treadmill. So, again, Megan really does like it. I think it's kind of helped her just be able to be active during the day. You could certainly use it under a standing desk or something like that if you are someone who stands while working from home. And, again, just for me as a runner, it's been a really nice tool to loosen up, to walk before I go for a run or walk before I go for a workout, especially when it's cold outside. It really gives me that opportunity to warm up, which would really kind of suck outside, to be honest. So it's definitely a tool that I've been using, and just a nice thing to have around in the house. And, aside from me, again, being close to 240 pounds, that really is my only, negative for the treadmill at this price point. Otherwise, I think it's a really good bargain. I think if it's something you are interested in, it's certainly not anything I would steer you away from. It's really just the weight limit that, you know, again, I'm approaching their listed weight limit, but I do think they're just a little bit, you know, generous with themselves because I've had issues, as you can see. So other than that, it's a cool product. I've been happy using it, and we'll definitely continue to use it as we go forward. It's been reliable, no issues at all so far. It came out of the box basically in one piece, so that's a big plus as well. It's about all I have to say about it for today. So I do need to pop outside for a 3-mile run today, again, as we're tapering for the New York City half. So let me get ready, and then we'll head outside and go for a run. Alright guys, so we finished our run and we were actually over in Wappingers Falls. I had to stop at the post office there, so because of that I ended up doing a run around that neighborhood and just around the roads in this park that I had never seen before. So it was really nice, just, you know, refreshing again to find some new places that I haven't run before over here. So it came out to about, I'd say, like a 9:40 per mile pace, and the heart rate was down around an average of 134 beats per minute. So, you know, the goal of having today be kind of a recovery day, because tomorrow is more of a long run and yesterday was a little bit of a workout. It seems like I was able to settle in nicely at a good pace with a lower heart rate and keep it rather steady without speeding up too much, again, on those easy days that I want to keep and are supposed to be easy. So a good one overall for today. If you have any questions about the Walkpad, definitely let me know. It's a unique tool, a nice little tool if you can work from home and can walk while working at a standing desk. Also, again, like I said, just to loosen up before a run. You might not necessarily need a full treadmill, which we certainly don't, so that's where it fit in nicely. And, you know, ultimately we bought this with our own money. You know, no one else is influencing this at all, so I think it's a good little thing to have, and I'm happy that we bought it. Give me a thumbs up if you made it this far, and definitely subscribe if you're interested in following along for the New York City half or just any other running content. With that, guys, I hope to see you all in the next video.